Well, I've been the basketball coach at Oakland University, started my 35th year, so that was a long time ago when I came here. And, it really at that time, Oakland was not what it is today. So I was able to get on the ground floor of a university that I thought was growing. In the schools, when I got here, there were about 9,000 students. We're up to 20,000 now. So I've been able to grow as a professional as the school has grown. So the reason I came was to be a head coach. I was 28 years old and had a chance to be a head coach at a NCAA school that gave scholarships. I was the youngest head coach in the country at the time in basketball. So those were the compelling reasons to come. It's more the question should be, why have I stayed? Because as the university has grown, and we've grown into a Division I university that has become a pretty, I don't want to say powerhouse, but we've become really, really good in basketball and in all our other sports, obviously. So staying at Oakland is because the location of where we're at, the campus is beautiful, the people here are fantastic, the athletic department is full of tremendous coaches. It's a great environment to come to work every day, and we can get good players here. We can get a good student athlete. There's a high priority on academics to go with athletics, and yet we play on national TV and we do a bunch of things that make the good players want to come. And we mix really well the academics and the athletics together. And so I came here to start a career, and I've stayed here to grow with the university. Oakland's grown into one of the best universities in the state of Michigan, maybe throughout the Midwest. Recognized, well-known, tremendous students, and a pretty darn good basketball team. Well, my whole thing about staying at Oakland for so long has just been predicated on Oakland County, the community, the growth of the university. The school itself the campus is we've got 20,000 students, but you can walk across the campus in 10 minutes. It's a very unique campus in that we pack all these people in a rolling grounds, and there's a crane on campus every year building a new building, and seeing the growth of that has just been fantastic. And it's really, you come in every day and you see these vibrant things happening, and it makes you want to be a part of it, and that's why you stay. Well, Oakland's a unique institution, and basketball's a unique sport. And so recruiting for me, from a technical standpoint, being able to shoot the basketball is the number one thing with me, and then length and athleticism. Those three things, shooting, length, and athleticism, are really the mainstays of our recruiting. As far as once we've established that this young man is a really good basketball player, he can shoot it at the level of quality that I want him to shoot it at. He's long, he's athletic, he's someone that we think we can teach to play the game. If they meet those three criteria, then they automatically become somebody that we recruit. So our next steps then is to find out everything we can about the young man. And we turn back every layer of skin we can to find out. We want to make sure that he's going to come here, and getting a degree is a priority to him. Now, in my sport, most of the young men want to play in the NBA. And any way they can get to the NBA, that's what they want. So we ride that fine line of understanding that and then helping them try and get there. And with Kendrick Nunn this year, he'll be our fourth NBA player in the last decade. So we think we're doing a really good job of that. But every other young man that has finished their basketball career at Oakland in that same time frame is graduating, with the exception of Percy Gibson, who's one class away and he's playing professionally in Europe, and as soon as that career is over, he's going to come back and finish. So we've been able to really do a good job of finding young men who are committed to their craft, but also understanding that they can use Oakland and basketball and their craft as a vehicle to get their education. So that is really, really important in what we look for. And then, of course, high character. We want them to be able to fit in socially. We want them to become part of the university culture, the atmosphere here at the university. And we do a lot of charity work. We do a lot of community service with our athletes, and so they've got to fit into all that. And we lay that all out on the table for them before they come. So when they get here, they know that they're going to go build a playground at a middle school. They're going to go paint walls at this place. They're going to go read to people in Pontiac and down in Detroit and things like that. So they know that before they commit to us, and that's what we do. Well, the thing that makes me the proudest about our basketball program is our kids. And again, when you've been somewhere 35 years, I've got guys that are 50 years old. But to see the success what those kids have when they leave here and go on to life, and then we keep in touch with our ex-players, our alums, because that's just we really preach family, and our family grows every year with new players. So that would probably be the number one thing is our kids and what they accomplish, not only on the court but in the classroom and that. And then from a basketball standpoint, we've taken a program from Division II to Division I. We're a mainstay on ESPN, the black top, the black court, everybody recognizes it throughout the country. We've brought tremendous recognition to the university. We've brought, people all over the country know where Oakland is now. And then from a success standpoint, we've won a lot of championships. We've been to 3 NCAA tournaments in the last 12 or 14 years, that's pretty successful when you're in a one-bid league. And then probably, if you were to ask me, what is your biggest accomplishment basketball-wise, I would say we've beaten 11 Power 5 teams. And, to win one is amazing. We've won 11 of them. And I think that is probably the biggest feather in our cap, that we're good enough. And to do that means you've been good for years. Any team can have a great little, you get a good player, you have a run for 3 or 4 years, you win a couple of those games, you get to an NCAA tournament. And we've been able to sustain success for a long time. So we went Division I in 2000. In those 18 years, we've been able to really sustain success. When you've beaten 11 Power 5 teams, that's just proof of it. So I think that's the biggest feather in our cap.